views and opinions expressed on Geeks Under the Influence are that of the panelists and not of our sponsors, Amazon.com and TeePublic. Parental discretion is advised.
But definitely, our schedules are so busy. It's hard to be a fuck up as much as we used to.
Not as much pre-gaming as we used to.
No.
Just a little more
and, we could actually thank partly to the growth of the family and other shows too.
Absolutely,
because generally, as showrunners, outside of just the main flagship, if we do the flagship and we do another episode, that's at least 2 nights we're drinking. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're not, then having a cold one while you're editing helps ease the pain sometimes too.
So you come into this going, I just recorded like the other night. I don't need to go too hard.
Yeah, exactly. There's this like mindset of like, I'm gonna low key this one.
Mm-hmm. Also, after 7 years, 7 years, and also with all the other shows, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of this is the only time I get to be on GUI. It's like you have your own shows. You have other shows that you can get from. So it's not as much of a, I only get to do this once every 4 months. Let me fucking part. I get to do this once every couple months, and then also every week with my other show.
And you even brought up the point where like the first 80 episodes now, and this is back in the day when we were recording every week.
Every week.
So 80 episodes.
2 hours, 6 people.
Yeah, dude, we had it easy. He had to edit that shit.
Oh yeah, true.
So.
That's why it took me 16 fucking hours.
I don't know how.
That's
Jesus.
You know what?
No.
I mean, it ended up being well worth it because of the network that we created together and like all the episodes that we've done, all the cool shit we've been able to do.
Yeah.
And also, it did give me the opportunity to get my day job into the podcast industry. So there's a lot of good that came from it. But I also look back at every week. 16 hours of editing, and it still sounded like garbage when I was done.
But it was your garbage.
But it was
goddamn
garbage. God damn it!
And
I edited the garbage.
That's like hardcore criticism because if you go back and listen to them, they don't sound. Dude, I've heard some current podcasts that sound way fucking worse.
Oh, for sure.
And that's not shitting on anybody creating. I'm just saying, like, if we're really gonna go down nitty gritty with the
with the
where
sound
the editing
and
game
how
is
everybody
after
is,
something. That's just facts. Anybody can listen to that and see a difference. So I'm not shitting on other creators.
I still hear shows where it sounds like you're talking down a hallway for somebody. You know,
quality sound.
Let's get at least to one of the maybe 2 things that we actually have formatted on this episode as the introduction here before we continue.
Fair enough.
True.
We are doing a free play. If you're unfamiliar, free play is a time for us to just be able to kind of wax poetic and talk about whatever we want to. There is no subject matter at hand, so we are just all tangential as fuck. And we do this a couple times a year, usually the beginning of the year, and also for our anniversary, which, if you are a longtime listener, knows April 20th, 420, man. Unintentional, but very appropriate.
From
very cool,
fucking
man.
person who doesn't like
don't
weed.
even smoke weed.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I remember when we recorded it, and it was 2 weeks before, and I was like, I gotta get fucking editing. That's perfect.
Right?
I gotta get it out on the 12th.
I mean, the only closer on the nose date you could have had was, May 4th. I mean, that's the only other day where May 4th.
True. Yes.
So we have been
cool.
doing this nonsense for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some people have a doctorate in 7 years of their life that they have applied themselves to school and learning and becoming a doctor. I have
recordings of people talking about their penises.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go.
And Star Wars.
And Star Wars,
We together have filled I don't know how many buckets of dick jokes in the 7 years that
I think we're at
together.
dumpsters now.
I was even going to say tubs, but dumpsters is totally
Open
a
top
legit
of
number
cocks.
for.
Yep.
Open top of God.
Yep.
Apple just this once. Let us use that as a title.
Please. Can you put an asterisk in there or something?
Yeah,
Something?
that would be.
So for this episode, as the intro, this is our 7-year anniversary free play episode of Geeks Under the Influence. So be prepared. It's gonna get weird,
man.
and it's gonna get fun.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the way we do on a free play.
It's the way we roll, man.
Reminiscent of the old days on this episode of Geeks Under the Influence. Welcome.
Things at work and shall be again. A changing of the guards, the tides marching in. You think you can hold out, but you
Dicks.
Talking about them penises.
Don't forget about the fart jokes.
It will never.
Farts are still funny.
Farts will always be secondary, though. I mean,
Oh,
come on.
fair.
Yes.
I will
Oh, no,
never
man.
get tired of the fact that I have a letter in the studio from Senator Mark Warner
Yeah, you do.
celebrating our achievements as a podcast,
Our art form. Yes.
our art form.
Yes.
Yeah.
as a podcast.
Proper terms,
Be like,
please.
we just talk about jerking each other off dry, like under the table. Every
Oh, the
episode.
dry jacks.
Yes.
Oh,
That's what I'm
the
saying. It's
dry
going to come back
jacks.
during his,
Hey,
presidential run.
Meaty
and it'll
Mitts,
be like,
there's a reason why you're on the show, Meaty Mitts.
I know.
Meaty Mitch
Yes,
McGee. Over
that's
here,
right.
That's right. I'm aware. I know my niche.
Fair. Thanks, Token.
I can just imagine that
I don't play bass though.
there's clearly no way that the senator had ever listened to a single second of the show.
Fuck no.
So he probably
no.
got one of his like fucking.
What are the hip
underlings.
kids doing today?
He'd be like, "Hey, this show won like a thing. Go check him out." And he was like, "Okay." And he listened to it and was like, "I'm not going to say a goddamn thing." Like,
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Hell no.
Yeah.
It was probably
I
an
don't know if he
unpaid.
actually listened to it. He might be.
It was
kinda
probably
busy.
an unpaid intern even that was just like, "Oh, I know who these guys are," and just totally passed it off.
Oh
So-
fuck.
The panel for this 7-year anniversary episode is all showrunners, all people that have been here since pretty close to the beginning, at least.
Yeah.
If not the beginning, and have their own shows, have helped build this out to being one tire fire to many, many also tire fires.
A dumping yard of tire
Yeah,
fires.
It's a whole,
We're like the tire fire from The Simpsons.
it's a whole
The big old
community of tire
mountain.
fires
That was,
now.
Yeah.
You say we're just like killing the ozone with the amount of tire
Yes.
fires we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at least killing people's patience or
Brain cells.
sense of wonderment,
Sense of wonderment. It's just-
hope for the future. But the panel that we're looking at here,
Hey,
of course,
I resemble that remark on my show.
You resemble the Geekfather.
That's
here.
right.
Mr. Scotty P is here.
Hey, hi guys.
Wearing
I'm-
some GUI.
I did the typical dad
Licensed.
thing and was just like
Jeez.
GUI, yeah, rah. You know, I'm the dad in
cheer-
the bleachers. You
You're
know,
a cheerleader.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
No, the dad in the bleachers is like, "What the fuck, ref? Are you blind, bro? You fucking idiot."
Well, wait until the second half of the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
was,
Wait, so he could be yelling at us? Like,
Well, what does
I
that
mean,
mean, right?
yeah.
I could be yelling out the window. We don't.
pun. The pun was right there, motherfucker.
Yes,
Where the fuck are your
please.
dad jokes?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm
There you
looking at
go.
you.
There you go.
Where are your dad jokes?
I
you
haven't
fuck?
fathered any children
Don't.
yet.
Are you
Any dad jokes I
requesting?
make are above what my expectations should be as a man with no children that I know.
Scotty,
All right,
are you
all right.
requesting dad jokes from him? They will come out no matter what. Don't
No.
request them.
I don't. What you got? We have to build the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. God.
I don't think we should. Okay, we should not build the show on the back of my puns. Like that is not.
Well, that's where we got our start 7 years ago. So why not finish this shit?
Oh, that is true.
So
That was the running gag for years. What the fuck happened, dude?
I don't.
right.
Come on, man. Everyone's
Dude.
crushing it, but you.
I just stopped giving a shit. Really, like, I mean, it's not a deep mystery. Like
It's not a-
He totally made that turn of you fuckers do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happened.
and we
you know,
do.
see, the fathers. Like I'm the only non-father sitting here at this table right now.
That is true.
So there were enough fathers
Yeah.
that were regular, had their own shows and everything, that it was just like, they're the ones that need to carry on my legacy.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, your puns, your dad jokes come honestly as being fathers. Mine came from like severe pick-me energy. And as I got older, I stopped wanting to be picked. I was like, man, wasn't it great when I was the last one picked at kickball? Like that was
Yeah.
great.
I might even sit out. Fuck.
Yeah.
Sit.
I made it uneven, so like they just let me sit on the
I'll
bleachers.
be a
Sit in the
fucking bench
field.
warmer.
picking flowers, making like just making
Chasing
little
butterflies.
bracelets
Don't be a
and
fucking
stuff, yeah.
hippie. Don't be a fucking hippie.
But
right.
next
Ew.
up, another father, though not on Geekfathers. Yeah, he's on every other show besides this one.
But he used to be on Geekfathers.
I've been on Geekfathers too.
You've
so.
been on Geekfathers
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like the old Bugs Bunny cartoons where he's the pitcher and the catcher and the batter and the first baseman and the outfielder. That is for GUI. We've got Fuck You Hunter here
What's up, bitches?
from the Mouths of Madness and Beautiful Disasters.
Yes, yes,
Whoop,
yes.
whoop.
So, and again, Geekfathers and a few other ones and
well,
all
you
that.
pop it in
Some
and out.
shit.
You
yeah.
you helped me start the co-hosting aspect of Geekfathers.
I would
is
like
what
to
it
show up
was.
sometimes and just fuck with you and try to divert the subject that you told me specifically we were supposed to stay
That's
on.
true.
Just as,
That
as
is
shits
true.
and giggles, but no.
I tried to lay down the law, and then it was like, well, fuck it, he'd already
There
started,
was,
so we
I will
might
say
as well.
there was one time where Kyle and me decided before you came in the room, we're gonna just fuck with you and try to divert it to a different direction.
Oh, I
See
know.
how much you squirm. And I believe that episode the next week you had a disclaimer before the episode.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
that was kinda
Because-
fun.
Well, I mean, it's a different realm, man.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
different
right.
realm. So,
Finally, my partner in crime here, my the butter to my bread, the
or
That's, what, that's right.
he butters
When you
your
think of
bread.
white bread, think of Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
think
right.
white bread. Yeah, you wonder
you
motherfucker.
are white bread.
the ebony to my ivory.
Ah, there it is.
The,
There it
the
is.
sexual chocolate. My partner on the running the network and on the show, Mr. Lowdown Brown MacGyver, is here.
What's going on, everybody? We just we're in the process of making we're rebooting Jungle Fever. Look out for that in the glistening summer of 2023.
It will be available at no cinemas.
But we did get a sponsorship from a said cocoa butter manufacturer, so that will be heavily displayed in the movie. So there you go.
I like
I'm
how
so
you.
white
I like
put
how
on
you.
cocoa butter and it burns. It's like, not for me, not for me.
And I don't know if it was intentional, but I totally saw the pelvic thrust when you were like, in cocoa butter.
Oh yeah,
butter.
See, that's the problem when we're not on video. So yeah. All my accents are unnoted.
Dude, remember when we did that for like
Right?
50 episodes?
But also, that was like fucking 4 years ago
yeah.
when we were not as. I feel like we were a lot more. People would like watch us more now.
Now, for sure.
You know,
Right.
Well, also, it was like a webcam, like a low quality webcam that was taped to the wall.
Yeah, it was.
So
And
just
the other
and-
one was a tablet or something, wasn't
no,
it?
that was to start was a tablet that I literally that I rigged with like yarn.
Okay, okay.
God
So I
damn it!
remember
I
that.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was a cheap like Samsung Galaxy tablet that I hung with yarn from the closet door,
Right.
so that it would kind of get the video.
At one point,
going.
you had both though, because you had two angles for the video.
That's when I went to webcams. And
Yeah.
Oh, just both.
I was like, look,
okay,
now
okay.
we're both on camera, and it's like, yeah, the fuzzy, distant people on the video
Right.
are available.
And the man who missed his calling as a cinematographer,
Yeah,
Mike the
clearly.
Hobbit Bickett.
And in this room,
Fuck.
as we speak now, there is not only is it well lit, but there's like tons of like lighting stuff around because I'm starting to do like video stuff.
Yes, because Jungle Fever.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Duh! I just said that. What do you think is gonna be low lit?
yeah. Well, if I'm in it, it should be.
Yeah.
Well, they'll just see me. They'll just see like me, and then just like white flashes here and there.
You just see, like just vague alabaster skin and grunting noises.
Well, the fact that you also described it as glistening, so it's a glistening
Cocoa butter.
alabaster skin.
Cocoa
Yeah,
butter.
no, I
well, you're cocoa butter. I'm just flop sweat. Let's be real here.
God damn it! Oh fuck!
So,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Check
Yeah.
out GUIPodcast.com for all the shows we mentioned, all the other shows in the network, this show, rate, review, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And also, this will be coming out in the month of April. I hope. That's the plan. And for April, reviews number 4 good is the hashtag, and that's podchaser.com, a place that was dumb enough to hire me, is doing a thing where they're actually contributing 25 cents for every review that they get on the entire platform for the month of April for a nonprofit that feeds refugees leaving Ukraine. So it's
very relevant.
way
Yeah.
more important than the actual review is the fact that it's actually, that review is going to help feed people that really need the help.
Absolutely.
So, again, if this open top of
Yeah.
Cox can just, give to a needy cause, there you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Makes it all worth it.
Hearing long conversations about dry hand jobs helps feed children.
It's going to a good cause.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good cause.
The oxymorons of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking-
Well, I mean, think about back on episode 50. Was it ever, this could lead to a review to feed starving
no.
children?
I mean, no, there's nothing about the show in the beginning that any of us thought was going to do anything.
Be
really.
for a good cause in any way.
I feel like there's nothing about the show. Well, all right, I'll change it. I was gonna say I feel like there's never been like a main thing about the show that was like geared towards bettering humanity, but our motto is level up, never punch down.
Yeah.
So I'll take that back.
We'll talk trash. We'll have fun with it. We'll tease each other, but everybody's allowed in the room. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from or even the level of geekdom that you have. Like,
right, true.
It's supposed to be a conversation celebrating fandom, so there's no gatekeeping bullshit here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like when it started to actually get kind of serious is when, I mean, we hit into COVID and, like, we started donating to help people out.
True,
and, like, you know, and actually bringing stuff up, like, before that's, like, you know, kind of, you know, whatever we get from Amazon helps with equipment and stuff like that. And there was that period of time where it's like, shit's fucking real. Like, so,
oh, yeah.
If you help, like, we're going to help people that, like, are kind of fucked right now in this situation.
Yeah, like,
so we actually were pushing for a good cause.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And yeah, we've helped out with a couple fundraisers here and there, like, over the years, but it's also one of those things that I don't know if it's just a Richmond thing or just our group of friends, but, or maybe just that punk rock ethos.
I'm going to say it's also a Richmond thing.
Yeah, it's a Richmond thing where it's like,
it all fits in the same, like, bucket.
It's a combination.
You lived in Richmond long enough. This used to be a sketchy as fuck dirty city, and
it's kind of good. I mean, it's just starting to just turn around a little bit.
A little bit.
I was like 5 shootings last week, right, like down your street.
Right.
Not in your, like, right outside your neighborhood.
Not like next door, but
no, but like
in my neighborhood, yeah.
6 blocks that way, closer to MCV. Excuse
exactly.
me. Yeah.
Well,
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not entirely not sketchy now, but it's decidedly less sketchy than it used to be.
Oh yeah, we're not third per capita anymore.
I think
Fuck.
a lot of
It's sketch, not sketchy. It's got that. It's got the E off of it,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
yeah.
There is, when I say that in description, that is a difference.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, for
if I
sure.
say sketch versus sketchy, it's like,
Absolutely.
sketchy is like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Sketchy, you just don't park your car in certain
Exactly.
blocks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But also
Exactly.
from that,
Sketchy,
too, is
not
that
anywhere in the area.
Sketchy just normally means that it's a town that has a lot of like lower income people living in it, and that was definitely true to Richmond. There was a whole Vice article that was written back in like 2005 or something that's fucking hilarious. You can find it online, where it's like, Richmond is the town where like you don't have to try to do anything and you're still gonna like flourish here because like nobody cares. You can just work like
I've read
$8 an hour like cooking job, and then just on your days off get a cheap 12-pack of PBR and go to the river and just like drink all day. And people are like, that sounds like an amazing day. And you're like, it really was. And that's just your life. And everybody's stoked about it.
That really sounds like a lot of my years in my 20s.
No, I'm gonna say like
real.
I've definitely lived that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, you don't have to make $1 million to live in Richmond. You can just like barely get by. But, you know, it's just that kind of culture where you can find stuff to do that's not expensive and kind of do it. And
Now, let me throw it out there, too, because at one point, just to show, well, mine and Hunter's age, because I'm not going to be the only one thrown under the bus about talking about age on
God
this.
damn.
I'm the baby again on this episode. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I love the old fuckers for that.
But I remember back when we were around, even our early 20s still, I say decent 2-bedroom apartment was still like $400-500 depending on where you were.
And you're also talking about the Fifth City days.
Oh, very much so. The heyday of the punk rock hardcore Richmond, Fist City.
For those that don't know, Richmond used to be called Fist City because it was just at one point it was like you had DC about 10 years before that, and like it seemed to like just, you know, shit rolls downhill. Come down to Richmond.
What do you think of shit? Think of RVA.
Yeah. No, but I mean, well, we just dumped like how many gallons in the river last year?
We lost count.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. No, we don't talk about that.
I say we lost count. We don't keep track of that shit.
But,
We talk about how
You're talking about the wrong numbers there, man. All right?
No, but I mean, about roughly 10 years after that, Richmond really, you know, late like 99 into the Y2K era, we like really.
During the 80s, we had a lot of stuff coming down from DC, like band-wise, and the way it was. And Richmond was even probably poorer then, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, very much so. But the later 90s, when it was basically going into the next revival of whatever the next level of punk rock, the music scene and stuff like that was, when Hunter and I were basically like, or, you know, later teenagers and stuff like that, it was cheap as shit to live in. I mean, and you would have a place with like 3 or 4 roommates and everybody was paying maybe $100 to $200 a month for rent.
I mean, I remember
VCU changed that a lot.
I remember when there was certain fan apartments where the walk-in closet was changed from a walk-in closet to another bedroom if need be. For,
Absolutely. Like
some
you
of my
could
friends.
basically fit a mattress and however you stored clothes.
A mattress
and that was
one
it.
small dresser, and just like and they would work out, when they could go to their room or not. So
Yeah.
That's
But
fucking
there was
crazy.
a time where the cost of living in Richmond has increased dramatically.
Oh, very much so.
Over the years, and there was a point where it was very affordable for me to live on my own.
Yeah.
And I went,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
And that was the first studio room that we had.
Mhm.
Yep.
So when Crump moved out, and I took over his room as the studio room for GUI, and it was fucking great. And I'm like, this isn't really that hard. Like, I can not make it $1 million, but I can afford to live here. This is great.
do this and do things. Like we
Yeah.
still went out of town and did
and,
stuff.
and then all of a sudden, the cost of living increased pretty dramatically. Where at that point, I'm like, this is great. I'm never having a roommate again. I'll live with like a partner. That's great. But like a roommate, never doing that again. And then a couple years later, found myself looking for a place to live. Went, fuck, I need a roommate.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and that was one of those, because you, even that house still was one of those little niches where it was owned by someone personally. It wasn't through
Yeah,
a management
true,
company and stuff like that. That's where, at one point, Jennifer and I got lucky where even the house where, before we bought, actually grew up and actually bought a house, the rent that we paid there was fine. We still usually had a roommate for most of the time we lived there, just to make it easier. Could we have gotten by ourselves? Sure, but it was just like, even then you're just like, fuck, it's going up.
Mhm.
Which was part of the reason why we were like, let's just buy a house, and even if we have to do the maintenance ourselves, it's almost cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how bad, a lot of stuff has just
It's
gotten. I
ridiculous
mean,
now, too.
yeah.
Well, buying a house now,
No.
Oh,
not
well,
gonna be cheaper.
No, this was almost a decade ago that we bought the house.
yeah, no.
So,
You
that's
you bought it at the right time.
exactly.
Now, I will say one of the advantages with your roommate moving out is that I believe the setup prior to having that room was the living room, Mike's kind of next to certain easy chairs and other couches.
Yeah.
And once you had that room, it did kind of seem a little more as a actual setup instead of, all right, now sit in this chair, but don't lean back too far. The mic will be here
right.
and hold it.
Yeah.
Make sure you had a table and mics that were
God, those rickety
kind of
ass fucking
stationary.
Right.
light
So
stands.
it
Jesus.
started to feel kind of more of a.
it got
at
more
that point, It
formal.
was like, okay, this is an actual thing.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't just like every week I pull out all these cords and
yeah, you
microphones.
sit on this side of the couch and you're on the other side. Like there was
That's where it's
actual.
come
and we're in the
from.
living room
Personal
with
chairs.
big windows facing a busy road.
Right.
And we have to pause whenever we hear an ambulance come by. Do you remember that? Like,
I always,
Oh,
see, I
God.
always was against that because I thought it added an aesthetic to it. It's like, this is how fucking hood we are right now in a fucking living room
you
with
just hear
some
like
ratchet ass mic
gunshots and
stands.
screams,
That's
and you're
what-
like, yeah, it's ambiance.
it's-
right.
I'm saying, it's
we're
Richmond.
We're Richmond. We're
yeah,
Richmond.
we're Richmond.
But
Fuck. Not the first time.
but
Next year, number
one.
one.
Of course. But that's when the shows actually, or the still was just the show got so formal when we moved into the other room. And I'll never forget when you first put the sound shields up over the mics.
Oh,
and
God,
we're
the
all
flowers?
Just, the flowers. And we're just all like kind of peeking over at each other like,
fucking
hey,
flowers,
who's
man.
talking?
Jesus.
Who's
For those
talking?
not in the know, either not hearing comments about it from, it's like a million years ago.
We got to post
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
about this after this releases because fuck, man.
Oh, we got to
Okay.
have reference for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So there's these like $200 things that you can buy that attach to your microphones that has like the egg foam on the inside.
it's basically like mini walls.
Yeah, like a mini wall.
That like
So-
singers use,
Yeah.
vocals.
And
Right.
it's used especially if you have a room that you can't do any kind of soundproofing to it. It helps
Exactly.
Get more of that non-echoey sound for cheaper than it would cost to like treat an entire room. So I was like, I can do that. And then I was like, you know what I can use instead of like buying the $200 things, I can just get lampshades and
God damn it.
and put the foam on the inside of them.
Oh.
And then they already have the thing that I can screw into the base of the phone. And the thing is, I made it work.
It did.
And it did help, but it was like so incredibly bulky and weird and hard to deal with and see each other
Dude,
over.
Everybody
Yeah.
who came in that wasn't like straight up just GUI would like, what the fuck?
oh, yeah.
So I talk into the lampshade,
Yeah,
or
what-
how's that work?
testing.
I will say that reinforced the hand raising
Yes.
because that was the only way you could tell who was trying to speak.
Over here above the
Was-
lampshade.
You were like, what? Huh? And you see a hand go up, you're like, I think that's Steven over
Yeah,
there.
it's no
Go.
shit. God.
our shortest panelists were not having it.
Oh no, which you are among as well.
I mean,
so
I'm short, but like we definitely have much shorter than me.
oh, absolutely.
Before that happened, wasn't our last like living room episode the Batman episode we did? Remember when we had that couple on? Remember that? It was. I thought it was like this dude and his girlfriend.
Andreas was on.
No, Andreas. Yeah, I thought that was his girlfriend that came on. She wasn't on the episode. She was kind of just chilling.
Oh, I think she came with him. But no, she wasn't on the episode. Okay. Yeah.
I think that was like one of the last 2 or 3 before moving out of
it's right around
the
that
living
time,
room.
So
that was a fun episode, though.
The last
that.
main episode I remember doing in the living room, which was one that only my wife has been on 2, was the Kevin Smith episodes, the 2-parter we did for Kevin Smith, like with his Q&A when he was in town at that time.
Oh, that was such a good Q&A.
Oh, that was such a killer Q&A.
Yeah, he was like,
loved it.
He was basically like, no, fucking do it.
Yeah, and then Hobbit was like, "Have you heard of Guar Bar? Why don't you hang out at Guar Bar?" Because wasn't that when you were trying to get the interview with him?
I didn't get a mic, so it was definitely not.
But that was the dude. That was what's his face?
Or someone was doing it for you. That's what it was. Was it Ballsack that actually was doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
It was up in the balcony, so I couldn't remember.
It was somebody from Guar.
Or it was one.
No, it wasn't Dirks. It was
Oh, Beefcake. Sorry, Beefcake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, there goes my Richmond card. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew I wasn't wrong. I'm like that's not Ballsack. It was Beefcake.
Beefcake. Yeah.
Beefcake.
Sorry, but yeah, I remember all that.
I heard the voice and I was like, that's a dude from Guar.
Yeah.
Asking him to. Yeah.
And just here comes something like Guar, man, Guar. That's like that.
Yes. But then later on, we actually did get a shout out in a way from Mr. Smith.
Which I still,
Oh, man.
I think I owe
that's
my
on
first child to Carlton for making that happen.
That's on my Google
Right.
Drive. I will never lose it.
No.
I just
Very much
every once in a
so.
while, I just listen to it and watch it because it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously, that's
That
like awesome.
Yeah, mad props to Carlton for
It was
getting
the
that
most-
for sure. So
Yes. Love you for
Fuck it,
that,
I'll
Carl.
put the audio on in the front of this episode. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, do
that
it.
was a big highlight for GUI. I mean, that Carlton, like, that was seriously, that was fucking amazing. And it was like, it was the most Kevin Smith way Kevin Smith could do that.
right.
Because just by adding the he lied at the end, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
dude,
Oh.
that's fucking brilliant.
So
Because
brilliant.
no matter what we talk about, we're definitely not friends. Boo hoo, unfortunately. And I
Yeah.
say that seriously. We're not friends with Kevin Smith.
I know.
We're not related to anything he does with Smodco, VOSQ, or anything. But
His DIY ethos is like legendary
right.
in the independent universe.
I mean,
you know,
Exactly.
with talking about podcasting, he was very early on in the buildup of podcast. I mean, like when you talk about Kevin Smith, I mean, like obviously people jump director of movies, but the next step
he did was podcasting.
and he did it when it was
Nothing.
like
You had what?
a tenth,
you had Mark
of what
Maron?
it is now.
Oh, not even
Basically,
no. Like 2 years ago was a tenth of what it is
Yeah.
now. Like
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So he kind of jumped on there and built up what this industry is
And
now.
it was basically him and Scott Mosier
Yeah.
basically getting on there going, well, we're not making a movie right now, so let's sit around and I'm going to smoke
shit.
a joint
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
let's talk about what
I remember
we're doing.
getting an iPod and like starting to check out some of the what podcasts they had and going, oh shit, Kevin Smith, and it was very early in the podcast.
Right.
Cast
Yeah,
days.
absolutely.
Checking that out, checking out Mark Maron, checking out Doug Love's movies, things like that.
Well-
These early ones that before now there's a fuck ton of podcasts, and Kevin Smith's one of the forefathers of it.
Because it goes into not only the way Kevin Smith started making movies, but what attracted a lot of us to be where we are now too is where it was such a independent. I'm not having to pay for shit. You can do it on your own. You can do it with friends. You don't have to have some weird like sponsorship backer to do anything. I mean, these days you have to have it to grow to a certain extent, but we've always made the joke that we'll keep doing this even when the wives and partners unplug the mics and we'll still be talking shit to each other.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
That
the
won't
thing.
affect a
Yeah,
thing
and
with us, you know?
It also, I mean, in part of it, it's the uncensored. Like, you know, Kevin Smith,
The
And
censorship.
that's
Yes.
another thing.
everything
too, yeah.
he's done before we started the podcast, I mean, like, you know, it was just this uncensored. I mean, obviously,
But that was appealing
with a
to it.
line.
Mhm.
you
But
know.
that was appealing when you listen to it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you're listening to radio, except they're like, oh, fuck you, eat a cock. And you're like, yeah. And you at the time, you could turn on the radio and listen to anybody say eat a fucking cock, but you could put on a podcast and they're going to tell each other.
And
eat
it was
their
like
fucking cock.
Exactly,
you
yeah.
were used to that in like R-rated or unrated films, right? Especially if, with Kevin Smith films, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, what was it? Clerks, Randall just lists off how many fucking porn videos, but it's like,
Yeah.
once you hear that come across just your airwaves, it's totally different than watching it in an R-rated film.
There was already an
Exactly,
appeal
yeah.
because I had already started watching the evenings with Kevin Smith, which is just his Q&As.
Yes.
He released them out on DVDs. So those came out prior to his podcast. But then you're like, oh, also, if you like that, here's a podcast, him doing the same thing, just shooting shit with Scott Mosier.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Except
Yeah.
you're not having to fucking pay for it. It's just there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
Speaking of, I found the video.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
going to play the
Okay.
audio real quick for everybody.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. This is me wishing a happy 5th birthday to the good folks of Geeks Under the Influence, man. I record a lot of podcasts myself, but when I'm not doing that, I listen to Geeks Under the Influence. He lied.
Oh, the smirk, dude. God,
I
smirk.
know.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We got, or a little over 2 years
A
ago.
little
Yeah.
over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was pre-COVID, yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
Right.
But it's
well,
like-
yeah, that was like that last year before all the shit.
No, it was
went
like
down,
right.
yeah.
No, it was right before.
it was
yeah.
early
Yeah.
2020.
It was,
yeah.
I think, February of that year.
Was it?
So
Oh, because that happened, and then we had GalaxyCon, which is always marked as the weekend before the dark, like
Before
before
the
the
darkness.
dark times.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
the weekend before Tom Hanks was tested positive. Can
Right.
we just say that?
The weekend
Like,
before
Yes.
That's literally
Yes.
the minute Tom Hanks tested positive for COVID is when shit shut the fuck down. As soon as they
Oh.
said Tom Hanks, went,
man.
whoa.
You mean
Tom Tom
American
Hanks?
icon Tom Hanks?
the
was like
national
minute
treasure.
that, national treasure. Like, oh fuck, it's real.
Oh, it's real. Right.
real.
This isn't made up.
Well, let's be perfectly honest. I mean, what scandals do you know of for Tom Hanks? So if something serious like that happens, you're like, what? Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just
it's
saying-
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I remember being at the theater on a Monday when they announced it, and by fucking Thursday, we were told we're shutting the fuck down. All right, like it was that quick from Monday news to Thursday. We're not gonna have the theater open for a little while. That
Jesus.
kind of shit.
yeah.
Amy Bogart and I had been dating for like 8 months when everything shut down.
Yeah.
Which actually, as far as timing goes, I feel for a lot of new relationships that they had been dating for like a month, and then
man.
COVID fucking happens,
Oh,
and
geez,
it's like,
yeah.
do you hang on to that, or do you like hang out together? Do you hang out separately? Like all the challenges of that. We had enough time together before then that we're like, we're good. We
Right.
like each other.
Well,
Yeah.
we also
But-
had friends though, like Steven, who actually started dating during some of the COVID quarantine time,
Yeah.
and he now lives with his lady.
Mhm.
You know, so it was a weird time.
I think it depends on
But
the
what
individual.
about
Yeah.
those relationships that are just hanging by a thread right before shit happened, and you go,
dude.
I'm gonna be moving out on the 15th, and on the 12th, like everybody, please stay in your homes. You go,
Oh no.
Yeah.
all right, that's
Look,
gonna suck for.
Or like that,
maybe it's just for like a couple weeks. That's what they said. A couple
Like
weeks.
that movie exit where it's like, fuck all of you, you're all pieces of shit. And then you realize, it's a timed entry door. I
Right,
can't-
yeah.
how are you?
Oh, what?
But you're like,
what
but
was
the-
that
the-
in? I just
you're
saw
in
that
this-
in something.
But you're in that situation where you're like, just 2 weeks. They said 2 weeks, and then
Oh.
shit should be under control. Oh, another month. Okay, fine. And then you're 6 months later. You're like, fuck me, like, because that shit. The updates weren't positive. Like, okay, so remember how we said 2 weeks, and you could possibly no, and just kept adding and adding. So in that situation,
Yeah, how many times were people signed on the dotted line and submitted into the lawyers and was like, like you said, like I'm moving out, and then they're like, no, you can't fucking do shit.
We did. I would say we did look out in situations where we were able to adapt using Zoom and shit like that too.
Very much
That
so.
was huge.
Yeah.
That was definitely trial and error for sure. With a lot of
Kyle. Anyhow,
Yeah. Oh, smashy poo.
the nature of the nature of podcasting has always been something that had to be adaptive. I mean, that's just
True.
it.
God damn it.
The idea that you're farming like entertainment from anybody that is willing to put a microphone in front of them and post it onto
Right.
the aggregators, the podcast aggregators. The environment necessitates evolution. It requires people to learn how to adapt and how to change, like improve the quality of their shows, get better equipment, learn how to put some nuance onto the tags that you put onto your episodes before you send it
Your
out in the
posts
world,
and all
you know?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
sometimes maybe just help show a fellow showrunner how to properly use a microphone that they should already know that they've had
right.
for a year.
Okay.
But
Oh my God, that was.
hey,
Oh, man.
person, I'll just come on. What's say it? Fucking Kyle, don't know. You don't talk in that part of the mic. You've had that mic for a year, dude.
yeah.
Turn it up.
Can I
Turn it
still
up.
say before we record Geekfathers these days, I still sit there and go, "Don't suck the mic's dick" when we're doing sound check.
You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to give Kyle shit, but I do remember a certain other show that there were 10 episodes recorded before they realized they were recording on the laptop
Oh,
built-in
man.
microphone and not
That
the omnidirectional.
that is actually
mic.
one of my favorite moments. Is the utter realization that we had wasted our time sucking the microphone's cock just to realize that the laptop was recording us. Yes, that was a amazing, terrible, amazing
look
realization.
on Groots' face was pure
Right.
like, oh no,
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
That was
I
funny.
can't come back from this.
Well,
No.
and it was a simple gesture that you did. You said, "Hold on," and you just tapped 3 times, and we realized, holy fuck, there's no tapping showing up on the fucking laptop. And that's what I think. Roots, the first 5 minutes of that episode is him just apologizing for the prior 10
Because
episodes.
I remember for weeks we just can't get the sound just isn't
I
right.
remember hearing
The
that on
sound is
episodes,
just
being like, yeah, for some reason we're trying to get this to sound right, and it's
Yeah.
just not working.
Yeah.
And
So you're absolutely right. Yes, everybody in the early days of discovering
I love how
the equipment.
Madness came along way later, so we just learned from everyone else fucking up.
Early days of when it was Geekfather, where I'm sitting there, I'm doing something like Hobbit check Hobbit, check it.
well, that's when we started GUI. I mean, talk about like from the most oppressively bad starting points is like, okay, cool, we're gonna do a 2-hour show once a week, 6 people, all drunk, 1 room mic. It sounds like a fucking joke.
Yeah.
like-
right.
That sounds like a tournament. Like,
I've posted that in like Facebook groups on Facebook and shit where it's just podcasters talking, and they're like, "What would you never do again?" I'm like, 6 panelists, 2 hours,
One
room
room
mic, all drunk, and
Yeah.
the people responding, it's all the laugh thing. Just like, Jesus Christ, no, I'm not joking.
No.
Like, that's-
Go back and
this
listen
happened.
to. Go get the zip file with the first 42 episodes.
I was
and
about
see
to
what
say
that
how many
fucking sounds
episodes
like.
did the zip file have before? It
was
the
41.
41.
Well, 41 is like lost and forgotten.
One is lost. 40
Right.
episode 40.
Vader's robot dong, is that in the zip file?
No, episode 1, the first one, that is in the zip file.
So 41 episodes. 42
got
was the
taken
first one with this
42
board.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is the
I
first
think by, like,
episode actually posted.
By episode
still.
like 15 or 16, we're like, we're gonna go ahead and take that first episode off the. Like, it did not last long.
Well, I remember when I started my. Well, I'll say like again because I know we talk about it every anniversary. Doctor Who was my first episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was still like 6 months after it happened. That was still the joke of yeah, we got to get rid of that Vader's dong shit,
Yep.
man. Fuck no. But it was there. It was a funny episode.
Well, the
But-
reason why the first 41, if you haven't caught that in previous episodes, is that we were using an old board. The audio was not great.
No, dude, are you still drinking pumpkin beer?
I had found one in the back of the fridge. Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a shelf life, bro. That is way past.
Oh, I checked it.
Oh, God.
I got 2 weeks.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That must have been like the last batch that came out or whatever. And
Pumpkin, I don't know, pumpkin beer.
Oh, it got
in
shipped to me late.
middle of
You don't
April.
remember that?
What's that?
I didn't get it till December. This was shipped for my sister.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's April.
And it's back in the fridge. Yeah.
Oh, pumpkin beer in April,
Impressive.
bro. That's yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, seriously. I discussed with Facebook, and back at him, like, trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, do it.
Done
Duh.
and done.
But with those early episodes, the reason why they're not on it's 42 is the first episode that you see on our stream is because they are bad. They are not. The like later parts of the 30s plus are listenable. They're not very good quality, but they are. You can listen to them. You can understand what we're saying and stuff. But the last thing you want is for somebody to be turned on to a show. Oh, you got to listen to the show, and then they check out an early episode, and they're like, "Oh wow, this sounds like a bunch of raccoons banging on trash
Right.
cans."
Yeah. Isn't
But
it hilarious?
it's so
You're like,
funny.
oh,
But let's be real.
You can
And then
kind of hear
occasionally
some
hear
stuff.
Dick, like
Yeah.
in the background.
Well, let's be real. Who actually, whenever they are suggested or come across one, a show that they want to listen to, just starts at the beginning.
Actually, a lot of people.
I do not.
No, I don't.
I've done it.
Some will check
but
out
not
the current
necessarily
episode,
always.
and then
And
if
then
they
go
like
back,
that,
yeah.
then start at the
Right,
beginning. Yeah.
right.
So you
But
really
then
bank
you
on that
see-
current episode being
but
checked
then
out.
you see the transition that they've actually put work and effort into progressing.
Yep.
Like I have done that, maybe not all the way back to the first, but like, I don't know, with the first year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, oh wow, I'm gonna go back and listen to new ones. I like your shit. This sounds like ass.
It also depends on it depends on the show as well, because sometimes, you know, if you listen to more recent stuff, they have certain ongoing gags or jokes that definitely would not fly back
yeah.
in some of the earlier
Yeah.
episodes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it all depends on the show and who's doing it.
It is
so.
funny though that when I look at places where it has like an aggregation of like how many episodes I've been on for stuff, and like Podchaser, I have a creator profile there, and it says how many episodes that I'm either an executive producer on or that I've been on and stuff, and it's like 800 something, and
I'm shocked it's not 1,000, honestly.
well,
Jesus.
yeah, but I also have to remember to add 41 to that because
yeah.
it's not on the stream.
Fair. Yeah.
841. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
right.
You're right.
But it's at this point that I think we have broken for GUI alone, on the number of hours. We are past a month, where it takes more than a month to listen to nonstop for 1 month. If you listen to from just the streaming ones, so it's more than that if you count in the first 41. It takes more than a month to listen to all the
See,
audio.
there you go.
You're talking
So
about
start-
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
So start
Jesus.
downloading
That's
now, and when you have to hide in the bunker during the apocalypse, you have at least a month of entertaining
Yep,
GUI.
there you go.
Dude,
There you go.
And then like when the fallout just drops, and then we somehow meet, they'll be like, "Savior." Like, they just like recognize our voice. They're like,
Right.
they're like, you're the
kept
All
me
Father.
You kept me alive for a month.
Is that where we do the classic scene of like walking up over the hill and we're
Yeah.
all just like in apocalyptic Mad Max gear?
Yeah.
And they're like, the saviors, they'll make
And
us
then
laugh
we come
again.
down, and then one dude just starts sobbing, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Hobbit!" And just collapses.
I want dry jack.
I was about to say dry jerk.
You
me.
guys were fucking drinking, and I wanted to know.
How did the beer taste?
And when I wanted to know, you said, "Here you go."
We will join you, and now we will not die.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Number one, dad joke.
That's
Number
right.
one.
That's right.
The Church of GUI. Oh, what a fucking nightmare.
Why has that not been a shirt yet, Hobbit?
Right?
I mean, I get for the anniversary. Why not? Let's make a fucking
Dude,
Church of GUI.
And I will
t-shirt.
totally pay for you to rip off Scientology for that.
Oh my God.
For their
dude.
And now,
Yes.
Oh,
That's
man.
a wire walk. Let me.
and now from the Book of Hobbit.
Because they crazy, but
Oh,
they know.
I
They're
know.
crazy, but they
Yeah.
got good lawyers.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
because
Yeah.
that's well, I won't say that's all they
Fuckers.
spend their money on, but anyway.
Right. On that, let's take a break.
Mhm.
When we come back, again, just more fucking nonsense with some what we're drinking.
Sweet.
Yay! We will be back in just a minute, but before we continue on with our 7-year anniversary free play of Geeks Under the Influence, we're going to be getting into our sponsors a little bit. Amazon.com has been with us for a long time. Sometimes it's just necessary that you've got to order stuff online because life gets so busy, it's hard to be able to run out and get stuff, hit multiple stores to get the products that you need for your day-to-day. And so if you are already using Amazon.com, why not go through our link at GUIPodcast.com, go to the link section and click on Amazon. That will send you to the Amazon site. And everything you purchase after you get to that site, we get credit for. So some of the money that you're spending there will go to us instead of Amazon. So it helps us pay for storage fees, for new equipment, whatever we need that is involved with this podcast. Another way to help us out is through TeePublic. We have over 40 designs available in our TeePublic store from all the different podcasts on the network, inside jokes from the different shows, just funny designs, fun mashups, all sorts of cool stuff that you can check out at GUIPodcast.com/store. Click on the TeePublic link and it will send you directly to our store where you can get t-shirts, buttons, stickers, baby onesies, mugs, cups, all sorts of stuff with our logos and designs all over it. They have sales all the time, so if it's not a sale when you get there, wait a couple days, check again, and there will most likely be a sale again. And make sure to share those links as well. If you really like one of our designs, one of the most popular ones is our Tucci Gang t-shirt. Share that on social media. That is a great way to help us out. Speaking of helping us out, the only reason that we've been around for 7 years is because of you, because of our listeners. And there aren't words that properly express our appreciation for the amount of support and love that we've gotten over the years. I wanted to make sure that you know, as our listeners, are the most important part of this podcast. You are the most important member of this little gaggle of weirdos that we've cultivated over the years. So thank you, and we appreciate it. And back to our show. We're back for the last little bit of this first part of Geeks Under the Influence. We are splitting this into 2 episodes. So instead of a GUI Nights, you're getting a full second episode of debaucherous GUI.
Dude, I farted a little bit when you came in with that, man. It was like, wow.
Farted
That was
or
very
sharded?
That was very morning DJ.
We'll see in a
and we're
minute.
back.
Here we are.
We're back. Okay.
I don't know.
Hobbit and the Meaty Mitts on Sunday morning.
God damn it.
Yes, I'm calling K-Rock and gonna sell that shit to them so hard.
And the meaty mitts. I like it.
You just need the vuvuzela noise. That
Yeah.
noise. Anyway, we're instead of doing this as like the midway, we ran late anyway. We are cutting this after the What We're Drinking, which is amazingly anticlimactic. And then getting into the meat of the second half on a totally different episode that you will get next week. So for What We're Drinking, there are no shares because fuck it, we're going old school days for anniversary.
Damn right.
Everybody brings their own shit.
Yeah.
But we do have some points to bring up. First off, one mentioned earlier was that Hunter is drinking pumpkin beer in April.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's gotta taste like, that tastes like shit fresh.
That's your opinion. I like it. So,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it hasn't expired yet.
It's also
It'll
untapped.
expire in my stomach.
It's also
probably.
Untapped's opinion, so yeah.
Okay.
But on the same end, also, is that as we're talking about his pumpkin beer being expired, literally in the stairwell of the studio
It's a fucking
is a pumpkin that has been there since the second week of October that is still pristine as fuck. There's no mold
We
on
can't
it.
figure
There's
that shit
nothing on
out.
it. It's been there
That's crazy.
the whole time.
It's-
We had 2. The second one left us last month.
Left us.
Left us. it was toiled off to that off the mortal coil
Yeah.
into pumpkin heaven
It was
last
that
month.
great big pumpkin patch in the sky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't move.
Jeez.
I wouldn't move that pumpkin because the bottom might completely be rotted out.
No,
It
I-
looks really
You'd
nice.
smell that.
Yeah.
You would fucking
Yeah,
smell
and
that.
I've also
Yeah.
like done the detective work of like my head down near the bottom, looking at it and sniffing, and like, no, this is
Can I get a picture
Still-
of that? Like, just like a little video,
Right.
like,
Well,
hey, baby.
It smells okay.
we'll message Jamie that one to be like, let us know when he checks the pumpkin again.
she'll be at the top of the stairs, like hee
And
recording.
you just see that random flash and you look it up going,
She use your phone holder against you because you won't even see her. She'll be like holding it like this around the doorway. You won't even see her.
How's the pumpkin, honey?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was our video equipment.
Yeah. Well, then
God
but
damn
no,
it.
that'd be good because then we'd get her reaction as you say, "Oh, I think it's done, honey." No. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But how the fuck is that thing not?
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, the fact that it is mid to late April and I still have a pumpkin from mid-October that is pristine.
Can it make it a year?
I would say
I don't.
that stairwell is gonna get
Wow.
warm.
Yeah.
The first really hot day is when that goes and looks like the face of the Nazi in
Indiana
the Lost Ark.
I was going to say it's just going to melt and like glue to get,
Oh, that's gonna smell so bad.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I
fun.
bet its insides are already like rotted. It's just the shell refuses to go.
Yeah.
It's like just black.
Somehow the
inside.
outer skin got hard, like super hard for whatever reason. And what are you doing to that pumpkin?
That is between me and the pumpkin. Thank you.
Maybe if you coat it, it acts like wax.
Exactly.
Like lacquer. Yeah.
Oh, you need to check your diet, bro.
Right.
Fuck.
A lot of fiber.
I don't know if fiber will do that.
No, I don't think fiber does that.
I don't know
Jesus
what
Christ.
you think is fiber, but
Just eat glue sticks like popsicles.
Oh, yummy. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the next one I'll point out is that Scotty P thematically, along with his GUI t-shirt that he's wearing, is also his GUI hat.
Oh my god, dude. All you're missing is the fucking foam hand.
Yeah, you are
that should be next on our merch.
No, it shouldn't.
you are
Fuck
one step
yes.
away
No.
from being Garth in Wayne's World. But like, I don't know, man.
I just don't understand, man.
I
Yeah.
don't understand, man.
Just like
It's a
selling
choice.
It's selling your soul, man.
I can't talk about this. I have a headache. Take two of these.
Here, try this. Little, yellow, different.
So, Scotty, you're being thematic in
Yes.
a way, yeah. With I made one fuck up statement,
Dude, it was. Oh
haunting
man.
me for like 6 years.
Oh.
Yes.
Remember, I said we need to bring back that fucking koozie design,
Mm-hmm.
and the creator was on the last episode.
Yeah,
I was
Laura
like,
was on the last
man, because that's. I'm a fan of the ones we have now. I mean,
Yeah.
not just because I
Oh,
created
yeah.
it, because it's definitely it definitely is hard reference to the show,
Sure.
and the whole segment. But like that original one, just god damn
It
it,
was so good.
so
That
good.
was.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, you're drinking the Yinglings.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Classic Yingling lager.
The East Coast local original.
no, hold on. You're like Yingling. You're like, yeah, it's local. What, East Coast
Like,
local?
regionally.
Like, fucking. Oh,
It
Crump,
takes
that
less.
was-
It
Crump
takes less
coined
than a
that.
day.
We got to give Crump that.
That's
'cause
true,
He's just
yeah,
like
it was
looking at
Crump.
Hobbit like he's a fucking moron. Like, what,
Yeah.
East Coast local?
It's less than a day drive to the brewery and where they make it. You know.
That's localish.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Now, Stephen, you are actually drinking an East Coast local.
I am.
I
I
am
am.
local.
I am drinking a beer from Bingo Beer Co. In Richmond, Virginia.
Which I am digging. There's-
Local.
Yeah, that's actually local.
Yeah, actually, local. But Bingo has been putting out some killer
Yeah,
stuff lately.
they opened up, and it's funny. So the name, they actually bought a bingo location. That location,
Right.
Bingo
A
Nights.
very old
Yeah.
bingo hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hence the name. But yeah, this is their free space. This is their hazy pale ale, India pale ale, excuse me. It's a single, so it's only 6.3, but they have a really good lager, a really good dark lager, a really good brown ale. I mean,
I've got
Fucking
I
good
think I've
shit,
got
man.
some of the one of the lagers at home.
see, I love the
So-
original. I love their standard lager, but whenever they release that dark lager, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's on my giblets.
Because
tingling.
because as a parent, I take my kids to Bingo Beer Company for video games and beer. They don't drink the beer, I do.
Yeah,
But
I'm
they
glad you were like,
They do
Way to
cut that. They do
clarify
cut
there.
that shit off at a certain time though, because we were out and about. We went to eat somewhere, and we wanted to go into bingo afterwards. And Mike was with us, and they're like, "Oh, one was like, hey man, can he come in?" And he was like, it's after this da da da. So
No,
I'm
we
like,
do
"You
we do
fuckers."
like Sunday afternoons or something.
gotcha.
Yeah. Like
got
a
good
late
food,
lunch.
too.
Oh yeah,
the
dude.
kids can have fun and pop, get
All the
fucked
brunch
up.
drunks
Yeah.
are out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like watching Daddy drink, kids.
Do the ski park, yeah, kid.
Hey,
good.
let me get a beer and we'll go play Ninja Turtles. Fuck it.
Yes.
You know.
And
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm drinking a bourbon and ginger, as taught to me by the Crump, is that you put a little bit of bitters, a little bit of lime in with your bourbon and ginger, and it's a tasty little treat. I am not doing Jim Beam. I'm doing Benchmark, which has been my go-to, just like mixer.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that because I didn't get the bigger bottle, but I got a small bottle just to try because it was more like a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like man, I'm not digging Jim Beam as much as I used to, as far as for like a standard like mixer.
Yeah, standard
There's like a
mixer.
sweetness on the back end that I
Oh,
don't
there
like
is.
anymore.
Yeah.
But I used to like it. I don't like it
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, as your palate grows as you get older, or changes as you get older, there are certain things that you just don't enjoy as much. And nothing against Jim Beam, because I was still
No,
drinking
it's
the fucking
fucking.
Jim Beam. Yeah.
I mean, if it's there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking drink it. But
Oh,
I mean,
I've still got some at the house too. I mean,
if I buy it
it's-
for the house, but for the house, like I don't know, man. Like I just am not into it like I was, and it
Yeah.
was like the go-to standard for me. Like fuck Jack Daniels, I was Jim Beam. All
Yeah,
day,
I think
you know?
I think I still have that black cherry for my birthday this last year.
Oh yeah, the
Nice.
flavored stuff. Yeah.
So-
Now the fire, I'll still fuck with because that's supposed to be sweet.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Well,
Fireball. Get Jim Beam fire.
My birthday last year, we at one point really didn't care what we were drinking.
yeah, fair.
So,
That happens.
Yeah.
that happens. That makes for a really bad hangover though.
it was even though it was a super hot day, I was drinking plenty of water and actually woke up pretty well the next day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Good,
I was
good.
my old age. I was smart.
Because also the old age with the hangovers, it's just like
Yeah, and
little-
especially with two. Well, I should say normally with kids, but the parents had the kids for the weekend.
Oh, hold on.
then,
I know
so.
we're most of the way through what we're drinking, but I forgot to play the intro. So
Hey, we're fucking drinking. We're getting drunk. You want to know? Well, here you go. Hey,
We're drinking. We're getting drunk.
I
less
figured
for me to worry about later if I
I've-
just do it now.
I
Yeah.
figured you would play the Bo version as well for
of
this
course.
episode.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
It hasn't. It only left like for like I think 2 episodes on the
A couple
Halloween
episodes, yeah,
because it
something
didn't
like that.
fit with like the spooky
Yeah.
Right.
thing.
But on that, this is the end of the first part of 2 of the GUI Freeplay anniversary episode. So thank you so much for listening to this fucking garbage. And be in store for more next week for another episode of this silliness where we're continuing this. So we're just going to get more drunk and more silly
This
and talk
tire
about
fire-
more stories from our time.
This tire
doing
fire
GUI.
doesn't burn out.
No, it does not.
No.
Yeah. It'll fade away about midnight for me.
Okay, fair,
but-
fair.
And hopefully we'll be done well before that. But we'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we go. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Mike the Hobbit. Join us or die.
Shut the fuck up for now, Hobbit.
Join us or die! Join us or die! Or I will swallow your soul!
GUIPodcast.com.
I want dry jack. Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
F.U. Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May the schlock be with you.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tandy as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geekfathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
Or cry.